And now welcome Jessica to Hoxworth Unfiltered. It's so great to have you here today. And thank you for coming here to, of course, our podcast studio at the Innovation Hub. And how are you doing today?
I'm great, Ashley. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Okay. So you may recognize Jessica. Her cancer story really has gotten very popular. You've been on local news, national news. What's that been like? I mean, do people recognize you in the streets?
It's so funny because, I'm thrilled because I want to share my story and spread awareness for ovarian cancer.
Yeah.
So I haven't really been recognized in the street as of yet, but maybe that'll come.
People will be wanting your audience. This is your big break right here, Jessica.
Right, this is it right here.
So let's backtrack a little bit and just tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from. I know we saw a picture of your husband online, but tell me about your family as well.
So I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I was born and raised in Clifton, right by the University of Cincinnati. And I grew up with my mom, Debbie, my dad, Ron, brother and sister, Laura, and Sean Gilbert. So I lived in Cincinnati my whole life. Mm-hmm. And then I went to San Diego for 3 years and lived out there, which was fun. And that's where I met Harry. And he's actually from Columbus, Ohio. So go figure. We met out in San Diego.
Yeah.
And we moved back to Cincinnati after I had my daughter, Mia. And now we live in Anderson. Mm-hmm. And Cincinnati's just always been hometown for us.
Yeah. And so you mentioned that you have ovarian cancer. Tell me about that diagnosis and how this all happened, because that's really kind of, I think, the craziest part of the story.
So I have always been healthy, and just one day we were getting ready to go to Disney, and I woke up with a temperature, and I had a stuffy head that week. I thought I just had a sinus infection. Thank goodness I went to the doctor. I had blood tests done because I thought maybe I had low iron as well. Mm-hmm. But it turned out I had a neutropenic fever, and I went to the hospital and was treated for sepsis. And while they were doing all the scans and tests, they just so happened to find the ovarian cancer in the emergency room. So it was a blessing that I went to the ER and did find it, although it's a horrible way to find out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm thankful that it was found, because it was stage 3. If it continued to, progress, it would have been a different story for sure.
Yeah. And so how long did that take from when you weren't feeling well, you went to the emergency room, until diagnosis? Was this just a couple of days?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Maybe 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it happened very fast. And then I had an MRI. The CT scan is what found it. I did have MRIs done as well, and I was in the hospital all weekend getting tons of antibiotics, and it was just off to the races after that. Just doctor's appointments, get your port put in, then start chemo just weeks later. So it's really crazy. It just happens so fast, and honestly, it takes time after. I'm still trying to kind of process everything. Yeah, I'm sure. Even I'm on maintenance drugs currently, and it's still taking time. This started in January, so we're here in October now. So it's just been quite a year.
Yeah, I bet. So you got treated at UC Health. What was that treatment like? Have you had surgery? I know where Hoxworth fits into this. You've had some blood products. Tell me about all of the treatment.
Okay, so yes, I've had 3 rounds of chemo, and then I had a really big surgery at UC. I had a full hysterectomy. I had HIPEC surgery, where they circulate warm chemo in your abdomen for 90 minutes to get any microscopic cancer that might be left. And then at my hospital stay, that's where I didn't have a bleeding necessarily right after surgery, but there was something kind of oozing a little bit. So I did have 3 blood transfusions while I was in the ICU. I was there for 6 days in the ICU, and in general admission, I guess, for 3 or 4 days, and then I went home. And then a couple weeks later, maybe 4 weeks later, 4 to 5 weeks later, I started my chemotherapy again. So I had 3 more rounds, and I took a break and was able to take my kids to Dollywood and Hilton Head for a family vacation. And then as soon as I got back, I started on my maintenance therapy, which I had to pause for my white blood count going low. So it's still just, ongoing. Things pop up still, and you just have to roll with the punches and just keep pushing through. Yeah,
and do you work? I mean, do you have to pause work for this? What's going on with your life outside of cancer?
Well, so I just, at the beginning of September, I tried to start working part-time again, and that's when my white blood count plummeted. So I've been working from home very part-time. I'm trying to get more hours in because it's hard to juggle, like being a mom, making dinner, working, going to all these doctor's appointments that I have now, trying to work out and eat healthy. So it's just, I'm really trying to find a new routine and schedule just to have time for everything.
Talk about being in Cincinnati, though. You go. I mentioned that you go to UC Health. Your doctor there seems like you've got a good relationship with your doctor there as well. But to be in Cincinnati, I mean, at least we have these great medical facilities that you're able to get treated at.
Oh, for sure. I'm so thankful that Dr. Billingsley came into that ER room that day, and I've been fortunate to have a phenomenal medical team because I'm finding out not everybody's so lucky. So I do really want to put that out there to make sure people really seek a great medical team. And if you're not getting your answers that you need, or, they're not answering your questions, definitely seek another professional, because that matters.
You have to be your own advocate sometimes, right? And when you don't get the answers at all, not even the right answer, but you have to kind of advocate for yourself. So I'm sure that's a whole nother, meatball that we could discuss at another time. But so good for you to be doing that. Tell me about the prognosis. What's the future look like?
Well, with ovarian cancer, it is very likely you can have a recurrence. So, I mean, some people don't, but a lot of people do. So, I believe I was provided 47% chance of surviving past 5 years, which is hard to talk about, but
I'm sure.
I just need to stay focused and keep on top of everything that they throw at me. Then hopefully we'll have a lot longer than 5 years.
You can defy the odds. I have faith in you, Jessica. You're going to say, forget those numbers,
That's my hope. I'm trying everything I can. Everything they tell me to do, I do.
Yeah.
I ask other survivors, like, what are your tips and tricks? I talk to people in the infusion rooms. Like, that stuff matters. Stories make a big difference and can change somebody else's life. So that's why I want to share my story, and I most definitely wanted to listen to other people's stories as well.
So what is your message? You said you wanted to get the story out there to talk to other survivors or people that might go through this in the future. They say, hey, I remember when Jessica talked about this. What is your message to survivors or people that do get diagnosed with ovarian cancer?
Well, I really do want to come into somebody's life at the right time and just let them know if you're having problems. I want to say definitely reach out to your doctors, request a CT scan. I wish I had known that before. If you're just recently diagnosed, just try to stay positive. That really helps. And to get outside and walk and let the sun touch your skin every day, just try to stay in the moment. It's going to be overbearing at times, but just take it one day, 1 minute at a time, and you'll get through it. I keep on telling myself you are stronger than you know, and it's very true. You don't know how strong you are until you go through something like this, and you'll make it. Just keep fighting.
Yeah, it's a good motto.
So I think one more thing to add is if you're newly diagnosed, definitely educate yourself and find information about your disease so you can have good questions to ask your doctor on your first visit, and to just really once you're diagnosed, I feel like it changes your outlook on life, and just really try to enjoy life the best you can as well while going through all your treatments. I think that helped me a lot. Still having birthday parties for the kids and family over. And so just really just be present with your friends and family.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. That sounds great. Well, thank you, Jessica, so much for sharing your story. And, it's a very powerful one that hopefully other people can resonate with. And we're so grateful that you walked us through that journey.